Hello and welcome back. In today's Black Excellist presentation, we will highlight the top 10 things you didn't know about Jordan Peele.
Welcome to blackexcellist.com, the site where we celebrate Black excellence, opulence, and affluence. Our mission is to inspire you as we enlighten you.
Jordan Peele may be a very funny man, but that doesn't mean there isn't a lot on his mind. After establishing himself as one of the brightest young comics in the business, Peele ventured into the filmmaking arena and scored a huge success with his 2017 horror thriller, Get Out. Peele's road from obscurity to comedy stardom to A-list director and screenwriter has been an interesting one. We celebrate his journey and his unparalleled way of sparking a thoughtful discussion about race relations in America through his art and talent. In this original Black Excellist video, we will be featuring 10 things you didn't know about Jordan Peele. So without further ado, let's get started. 1. Jordan Peele was born in 1979 in New York. Jordan Haworth Peele was born February 21, 1979. Raised by a single mother, Lucinda Williams, on Manhattan's Upper West Side, he attended the computer school in Manhattan. Peele graduated from the Calhoun School on Manhattan Upper West Side and went on to Sarah Lawrence College before dropping out after 2 years to form a comedy duo with his college roommate and future Key & Peele comedy writer, Rebecca Drysdale. 2. Jordan would help birth Key & Peele. Peele regularly performed at Boom Chicago in Amsterdam and the Second City in Chicago. In 2003, Peele joined the cast of Mad TV for its 9th season, around the same time that Keegan-Michael Key joined the cast as a featured performer. The two of them ultimately were cast together after showing great comedic chemistry. The two would eventually star in their own Comedy Central sketch series, Key & Peele, from 2012 to 2015. The series was a huge success with viewers, and the comedy sketch show spawned several skits and videos that went viral at the time. 3. Peele's first film as a solo director is Get Out. In February 2017, Peele's first film as a solo director was released to critical acclaim. Get Out received high praise, particularly for Peele's screenplay and direction, as well as the stellar performance of its star, Daniel Kaluuya. Get Out proved to be popular with a wide spectrum of movie audiences, and eventually it became one of the most profitable horror films of 2017, grossing over $255 million on a budget of $4.5 million. Peele became the first African-American writer-director to earn over $100 million in his debut film. Get Out is also the highest-grossing debut film from a writer-director based on an original screenplay. The film received 4 nominations at the 90th Academy Awards: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Actor. Peele won the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay, becoming the first Black screenwriter to win in this category. Get Out also earned him the Writers Guild of America Award for Best Original Screenplay, as well as nominations for a Directors Guild of America Award and BAFTA Award for Best Original Screenplay. One source of inspiration for the film came from the 2008 election of President Barack Obama. Peele felt compelled to show how racism continues to permeate everyone's lives, as many segments of society heralded the arrival of a Black president as evidence that racism no longer exists. His movie, along with what we've seen after the 2016 election, further exposes the falsehood of a post-racial America. 4. Peele counts his influences as Damon Wayans, Richard Pryor, and Dave Chappelle. As a comedian, Peele was heavily influenced by Damon Wayans in Living Color, Richard Pryor's stand-up comedy, and The Dave Chappelle Show. These influences are less than subtle, as many of Key & Peele's comedy sketches are bold, controversial, and cover a variety of societal topics, often with a focus on American pop culture, ethnic stereotypes, and race relations. Much like Wayans, Pryor, and Chappelle, Peele strives to produce comedy with strong emphasis on modern Black subject matter that parodies race relations and stereotypes in the United States. 5. Peele announced his intention to retire from acting in 2018. Peele is getting out of the acting business, choosing instead to focus on his work behind the camera. It's not the most surprising announcement, considering Peele's enormous success with Get Out. Peele claimed that acting is just nowhere near as fun for me as directing. The straw that broke the camel's back was when Sony offered him the role of Poop in the Emoji Movie. Really? The role of Poop? He transformed the insult into inspiration, announcing shortly thereafter that he was leaving acting for good. So while we'll miss his sketch shows and comedic talents, we're looking forward to his genius in putting together more great films.
We would like to thank Hayden T. Joseph & Company. They are an international tax team who can help American entrepreneurs and business owners expand and operate internationally. In particular, Hayden T. Joseph & Company helps American business owners expand to Southeast Asia. Visit www.htj.tax or check out their link in the description box below.
6. Peele founded his own company called Paw Productions. Paw Productions is responsible for producing and releasing the comedy series Key & Peele on Comedy Central. The company released the comedy film Keanu in 2016. Paw Productions was obviously behind the director's debut horror film Get Out. In 2017, Peele signed a 2-year first-look deal with Universal Pictures. The deal involves Peele and his Paw Production company to invest, produce, and distribute genre films for Universal. It was also announced that Paw will write and direct Us, a horror thriller film starring Lupita Nyong'o, Elizabeth Moss, and Winston Duke. Paw also worked with Spike Lee to release BlacKkKlansman and is the creative force behind the TV series The Last OG, starring Tracy Morgan and Tiffany Haddish. 7. Peele will executive produce the reboot of The Twilight Zone. In the summer of 2018, CBS broke the news that it will definitely be bringing The Twilight Zone back via a reboot that will be executive produced by Jordan Peele. Initially, Peele was hesitant to tackle the iconic series, but he got invested in the project after moving past his initial reservations. The new Twilight Zone will feature a presenter who introduces each episode, just as Rod Serling did on the original series. Peele is reluctant to have an on-camera role due to his on-screen persona's connection to comedy, which he is concerned could compromise the work around Serling's legacy. While Jordan Peele's resume speaks for itself, his being such a fan of the original series is a definitive insight into the passion that will be helping bring the new series to life. 8. Peele was named one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people in the world. When Time Magazine unveiled its annual Time 100 list in 2017, Jordan Peele made the list based on his directorial debut, Get Out. He was among several illustrious world leaders, actors, musicians, and philanthropists. To pay tribute to Peele, the magazine brought in another Academy Award-winning filmmaker who also had an amazing year, Moonlight director Barry Jenkins. 9. Peele has a unique perspective on race relations. Peele's father is African American, and his mother, Lucinda Williams, is Caucasian. Peele, however, didn't really know his father and had difficulties in his early childhood finding his identity as a biracial kid in New York. He learned his place as an African American by how he was viewed and treated by other kids at school and people in society as a whole. Black kids would tell him he sounded white, but he vividly remembers the time he was stopped by the police for carrying a Nerf bow and arrow. These were the experiences that helped him understand certain categorizations he was expected to fit into. 10. Peele's advice to millennials. The division in this country comes from a lack of empathy. It comes from a denial of one another's experiences. It's not a mistake by any means that this outwardly divisive time is juxtaposed with people of color making ambitious and beautiful films and television and art.
We appreciate the fact that you stayed with us until the end. Thank you for spending time with us, and don't forget to like this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so that you never miss a video. Bye for now. We will see you tomorrow.